If you're a creator that is looking to collaborate with other creators, this video is for you. I think a lot of times when we think of collaborating, we think of creators collaborating with brands, but it's time that you as the creator influencer start thinking about how collaborating with other creators is going to grow your business. You see, collaborating is such a great way for so many elements of your creator biz. Let's start with the most obvious reason, expanding your audience. Doesn't everyone want growth? Doesn't everyone look to grow their audiences? What better way to grow your audience than collaborating with another creator? You'll often hear this term being thrown around like, oh, let's share each other's audiences, because that's what collaborating is. If you do a collaborative post on Instagram, let's just say, and you both are posting, both your audiences are getting that notification, and therefore you're helping each other grow. You're literally sharing audiences. Also, collaborating is just great for your creativity in general. It is hard to just always be alone, always be creating alone. Being by ourselves, right? When we get to collaborate with other creators, we increase our creativity, and that has so many positive effects on our business. One of the reasons I always tell creators that I work with, and y'all, I have a community of 150,000 creators that come to me for creator education. And one of the things you guys have probably heard here a lot on our channel or on our podcast is that collaborating basically lets you leverage another creator's brand equity. So like, what do I mean? Their likeness, right? So if you're partnering with a creator who has been featured on like press or has certain collabs, by partnering with them, you're basically leveraging their branding, their brand credibility, and they're leveraging yours. And that's why I always say, like, be careful who you collaborate with, right? Because, you know, you are who you hang with. That acts for online as well. But if you are collaborating with someone, I don't know, that you think is really cool or like has a great brand aesthetic, you're able to kind of leverage that for yourself. And it also signals to the rest of, you know, whoever's watching, hey, this creator vouched for you. You must be cool. I'm going to vouch for you too. And it basically gives you that credibility, that stamp of approval. And you're doing the same thing for them. You're saying, hey, this person's in my crew. This person's in my tribe. You should go follow them, right? Because great collaborations are when you are, you know, from that spirit of trying to help each other grow, right? Help each other reach your goals. And I think when you think about that importance of leveraging that brand, you know, credibility or getting their credibility, that mark of approval, it really helps. And also just collabing with creators in general gives you a great space to experiment, try new things, fail together, soar together, right? It's also kind of like a safe way just to try different types of content and put yourself out there. Now, what I want to talk about in this video and give you some strong tips on ways to collaborate, right? I think I've convinced you that collaborating is important and pitching to other creators is important. But now I want to give you guys some examples of how you can make this a reality. Now, one of the ways that we have done this here at Sidewalker Daily is really just through like bringing other people on and guest appearances. So if I have a podcast and I'm bringing other creators onto my podcast, you know, we're collaborating, right? I'm bringing them onto my audience and now my audience gets to learn about them and follow them. And vice versa, when I go on other people's podcasts, anytime you do like a shared vlog or a shared blog post together, right? Sometimes you'll see creators do like these guest appearances, you know, by coming on my channel. Anytime I'm like, hey, you guys, this is a creator, you know, and I'm publicly talking for them on my YouTube or anywhere, I'm giving them that stamp of approval also. And that's kind of like the guest appearance way when you think about like just showing on your page. Even as simple as having another creator show up on your vlog, you know, show up in content with you, tagging them in it, just being like, hey, you know, whatever, maybe it's stories, maybe it's posts, maybe it's a blog, and you're including them. This is a great way to be like, hey, I want to shout you out on my page, right? And that is creating that space. Now, another way that you can partner or collaborate with other creators in your niche or outside of your niche is through joint projects. So when I say joint projects, that's like pitching together, both of you creating a media kit together and pitching to a brand. Again, you're putting both your audiences together. So instead of saying, hey, I got 5,000 and I got 5,000 followers, collectively we have 10,000, right? You're really bringing in your numbers together. So joint projects like pitching together, I see a lot of creators do that and they do it successfully. Now, if you're a creator who wants to pitch to brands and get more into joint pitching, come to my next free live training, y'all. I have them all the time and I'm going to teach you how to pitch to brands. And this is a great opportunity for you and a creator friend to pitch together. Another joint project is if you guys are doing like a collaborative video where you're filming it together, shooting it together, or editing, and it's like both your work and then you both post it, right? We see this happen a lot on Instagram because they have that collaboration tool. But again, this is a great example and a really simple example. And I see creators do this all the time where they just collaborate and they both get to use and take advantage of the amazing content that they shot. Another great idea for collaborations are IG takeovers. What about you going to a creator and saying, hey, listen, come take over my Instagram for the day. Like, post your stories. You're going to be in this city. I'm stuck at home. I want, you to do a takeover on my page. And in exchange, I'll do a takeover on your page. And this is literally where you're like, hey, you guys, like, I am taking over so-and-so's page today. Come follow me while we go to X, Y, and Z. And it's a swap. You're literally swapping. You're helping each other grow. We used to see a lot more IG takeovers when Instagram was first starting. We don't see them as much. I think it would be exciting to bring it back. It's a win-win for both creators, and it's just fun. You're giving someone else like a little bit of a shout out on your page, especially if you're like home and doing nothing and one of your creator friends is doing something fun. Why not bring them on? It's content for your page, you're promoting them, and it's a win-win. Similar to joint projects, I've seen creators drop series together. I've seen them been like, hey, let's co-host a podcast together, or let's co-host a video series together. Like these creators I was talking to on a coaching call the other day, they're dropping like recipe videos and they're doing it together. And it's just a project. It's not a new page or a new business, but they're just like, let's create this sort of series together. I think that works well. I love the idea of doing giveaways with other creators. Like if you and another creator want to do a giveaway, let's just say you're both hitting a milestone. You both hit 10,000 followers, or you both did something or whatever. You can do your giveaways together. You're sharing the cost of the giveaway, you're sharing the logistics, the planning. And again, it's not like going into business with this person. It's a simple project that will help you both reach your goals. I've also seen creators do a lot of lives together, Instagram lives, streaming together, YouTube lives, right? Like TikTok lives, like anytime you can do a live with each other. I know TikTok and Instagram make it really simple to do that. And this is like, again, a great way to live stream. It's easy. There's not a lot of prep besides showing up and the prep that you're going to do depending on what your call is about or your live is about. But it's simple, it's old fashioned, it's clean, and it's just putting yourself out there. And I just don't think enough creators do this. They just kind of sit and wait for things to come. If you want something, you have to go after it. Now, if you are doing collaborations, please be mindful, y'all. There are some do's and don'ts. You definitely want to be professional. You definitely want to set some expectations around it. Like if you're going to do a takeover, right? Okay, well, what does that look like? You obviously don't want to be like crazy strict, but you want to have ideas of what's happening or what this collaboration looks like so that you both are on the same page. Definitely, as a don't overcommit, because then if you don't do it, it is just a bad look to say you will and then not to. I'd rather have you undercommit, over deliver, right? And that always makes people feel really excited about collaborating with you as well. Do set deadlines, even if they're rough internal deadlines, but being like, hey, let's do it by then. Like, when do you want to launch? Just again, to calendar things. You guys have different schedules. Like I'm doing a collaboration now, and the girl that I'm talking to is like literally on a plane. I'm like, oh my gosh, we should have scheduled something, right? So getting schedulings ahead of time. So setting those deadlines so that you guys can both be flexible around your schedules. Don't be vague. Any collaboration that is vague is always like just confusing. Depending on your relationship with this person, right? Like if you know them well and you have a history of business together, it's different. But if you're just pitching a creator cold and being like, let's collab, like let's grow each other's audiences, they may not know you or trust you yet. So you want to be very clear with what you're looking for and what you're giving in exchange. Because again, if you pitch a random stranger creator, they're going to want to know like what's in it for them, right? Believe it or not, pitching, y'all, is not just for brands. It's also pitching other creators. And I think we go over a lot of these strategies in our signature program here at Sidewalker Daily. Even though it's a pitching to brands master course, we talk about, how to set yourself up to pitch and to make successful partnerships. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and are gonna put yourself out there and collaborate with each other. Drop in the comments below, who wants to collaborate? By commenting, you're gonna see other creators who wanna collaborate. Like this video, it lets me know that you are an influencer, you are a creator, you wanna meet other creators, you're interested in community, so I can keep making those videos for you. And I will see you guys in the next video.